This is the third step in posting the journals to the ledgers. First step was setup. Second step, posting this here, the cash receipts journal, and you can see that we've done this. And the third step is to post the cash payments journal, which is this one. So same process as cash receipts journal, but for the bank, instead of being a debit, we're going to credit it. Credit because it will reduce the bank account. All the rest will be debit, so we type DR, copy that, and paste them everywhere else. Paste, 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 not under the other column, but we do it separately for each other amount. Paste, 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 and paste. Good. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is the bank account. The bank is up here, already have the date, so instead of receipts, because it's from the cash payments journal, we type payments. It tells us we're going to put it in the credit account, so in the credit column equals, click on that figure. And we find out the closing balance is what it was, minus the payments, a little bit less on 5,344, and type debit as it's still an asset. Done that one. Let's check that one off. Next one, GST. Now GST's got a funny one here because there's something on the 6th, so we'll do that first. 6th of the 3rd, bank, and this is paying our GST. Note here that it's telling us to debit GST. So in the debit column, we'll type equals, click on that, and enter. So our GST, we did owe 196. We've paid off 196, so now we owe nothing. Then what happens is we added another amount that we collected from the cash receipts journal, this figure up here. So that's what we owe, and then we put what we can claim back, and it tells us down the bottom here we can claim back 218. So we'll put that in. Debit, claim it back. Debit, debit, good. And at the end of the month, we'll have what we owed minus what we can claim back. We'll owe $103 credit because it's a liability. Just mark that one off as done. Right, following along the bottom, we've got purchases. So we find your purchases account, here it is. Because it's a column on its own, it gets the end date and bank as the particulars. It tells us it's in the debit column, and the debit column type equals, then 850. And we'll add those two up. What we had plus what we purchased in those that week, and still a debit, still an expense, mark it off. 240 for wages, scroll down for wages, end of the week, always bank for particulars, and it's a debit column, debit here, equals 240, enter. Total we've paid in wages is 19,000, debit, mark that one off. Then we've got drawings of 200, up here drawings, end date, bank, tells us to debit it, so in the debit we go equal, click on that 200, enter and add it up. Again, DR for debit, and mark it off. Then all of them except these other columns here. So this one here is for advertising. So now advertising, the date it happened was the 5th of March, 5/3, bank, and it's a debit column, 182, and we'll add those together. Debit, mark that off. Then we've got, next one not added is repairs. Repairs down here. Date it happened was the 6th of March. Always bank, equal because it's a debit. There's your figure, 423, and add that one up. Debit, still an expense. Mark that off. Loan and interest. So loan is up here. The date was the 7th of the 3rd. Always bank. And this is debit 380, so equals 380. Now this represents a loan payment. So we did owe 6,000. We paid off 380, so we're going to minus it. Credit and a debit will reduce it. Still a liability, so still a credit. Mark that one off. And then the last one is interest. This is interest paid. So we'll scroll down to here. Date was the 7th. Bank. And it's on the debit as the others. Add them up. And now we've paid 542. Mark that one off. Because they're marked off, they all should balance. We'll see that soon. Before we finish though, this part, we need to put the chart of accounts numbers in for the others. So we've got advertising, type equals, find the chart of account. Here it is, 510. GST payable equals 220. Repairs equals 560. We've got loan equals 220 and interest equals down here 530. A really good reference point. So that's the end of posting the cash payments journal. The next step is to post from the ledgers into the trial balance to make sure it balances. We'll see you on the next video.